Loneliness, it's a feeling we all experience at some point, but for millions it's a chronic condition, a silent epidemic affecting people of all ages. We are social creatures by nature. Our brains thrive on connection. When we are deprived of meaningful relationships, it impacts us deeply. Loneliness isn't just about being alone. You can be surrounded by people and still feel utterly disconnected. It's about the quality of our relationships, not just the quantity. The good news is that loneliness is a feeling, not a life sentence. Just as our brains are wired for connection, they are also wired for change. When we experience loneliness, our brains go into a kind of survival mode. This isn't just a fleeting feeling, it's a deep-seated response that has evolved over millennia. Loneliness triggers a cascade of reactions in our brain, making us hyper-aware of our surroundings. It's as if our mind is constantly scanning for threats, even in the most mundane situations. The amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for processing fear and threats, becomes more active. This heightened activity is not just a minor blip. It can significantly alter how we perceive the world around us. The amygdala's increased activity means that we are more likely to see danger where there is none, making everyday interactions feel like potential threats. This heightened sense of alert makes us perceive social situations as potentially dangerous. Even a friendly gesture can be misinterpreted as a threat. This constant state of vigilance can make social interactions exhausting and anxiety-inducing. Over time, this can lead to a vicious cycle where the fear of social situations leads to more isolation, which in turn increases feelings of loneliness. We become more likely to interpret neutral cues as negative, leading to further withdrawal and isolation. This misinterpretation can strain relationships and make it difficult to form new connections. The more isolated we become, the more our brain reinforces the idea that social interactions are dangerous, perpetuating the cycle of loneliness. Studies show that loneliness increases the production of stress hormones like cortisol. Cortisol is often referred to as the stress hormone because it is released in response to stress and anxiety. Elevated cortisol levels can have a range of negative effects on the body, including increased blood pressure, weight gain, and a weakened immune system. Over time, this chronic stress can have serious consequences for our physical and mental health. Chronic stress can lead to a host of health problems, including heart disease, diabetes, and depression. The constant state of alert can also make it difficult to relax and enjoy life, leading to a diminished quality of life. It's like our bodies are constantly on high alert, waiting for the next threat. This perpetual state of readiness can be exhausting, both mentally and physically. It can make it difficult to concentrate, affect our memory, and even impact our decision-making abilities. The constant stress can also lead to sleep disturbances, making it difficult to get a good night's rest. This chronic stress weakens our immune system, makes us more susceptible to illness, and even impacts our sleep. Poor sleep can further exacerbate feelings of loneliness and stress, creating a vicious cycle that is difficult to break. It's important to recognize the impact of loneliness on our health and take steps to address it, whether through social connections, therapy, or other means. The impact of loneliness extends far beyond our mental well-being. It seeps into every aspect of our lives, affecting not just our minds but our bodies as well. When we feel isolated, our bodies respond in ways that can be detrimental to our health. Research has linked chronic loneliness to a higher risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, and even premature death. These are not just minor health issues, they are serious conditions that can drastically alter the course of our lives. The stress and anxiety that come with prolonged loneliness can lead to increased blood pressure and inflammation, both of which are risk factors for heart disease and stroke. Loneliness can also manifest in physical symptoms like headaches, digestive issues, and chronic pain. These symptoms are often the body's way of signaling that something is wrong. When we are lonely, our bodies produce more cortisol, a stress hormone that can cause a variety of physical ailments. Over time, this constant state of stress can wear down our immune system, making us more susceptible to illnesses. It's a vicious cycle. Loneliness can lead to physical health problems, and these problems can further isolate us, exacerbating the feeling of loneliness. When we don't feel well, we are less likely to engage in social activities, which can make us feel even more isolated. This cycle can be difficult to break, but it's important to recognize the signs and take steps to address them. One study found that social isolation and loneliness increase the risk of early mortality by 26% and 29% respectively. These statistics are alarming and highlight the need for greater awareness and intervention. It's not just about feeling lonely, it's about the very real and serious health risks that come with it. These numbers are comparable to other well-established risk factors like obesity and smoking. Just as we have public health campaigns to address these issues, we need similar efforts to combat loneliness. It's a public health crisis that requires our attention and action. We need to start treating loneliness as the serious public health issue that it is. By fostering connections and creating supportive communities, we can help reduce the impact of loneliness on our health. Whether it's through group therapy, community events, or simply reaching out to a friend, every effort counts. Together we can break the cycle of loneliness and improve our overall well-being. The good news is that loneliness is a feeling, and like all feelings, it can change. It's important to remember that you have the power to influence this change. Understanding that loneliness is a temporary state can be the first step towards overcoming it. The first step is acknowledging the feeling and recognizing the need for connection. Start small. Write down your thoughts and feelings in a journal. This can help you process your emotions and understand them better. Talking to a therapist can also provide valuable insights and strategies to cope with loneliness. Engage in activities you enjoy, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. This could be reading, listening to music, or painting. These activities can provide a sense of accomplishment and joy, which can help alleviate feelings of loneliness. Taking a walk in nature can be incredibly therapeutic. The fresh air, the sounds of birds, and the beauty of the natural world can help you feel more connected to life around you. Join a club or group that aligns with your interests, whether it's a book club, a board game group, or a community gardening project. These activities can provide a sense of belonging and purpose. Volunteer your time to a cause you care about. Helping others can give you a sense of fulfillment and can also introduce you to new people who share your values. These activities provide opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals and build meaningful relationships. Engaging in conversations, sharing experiences, and laughing together can create strong bonds. Remember, it's about quality, not quantity. It's better to have a few deep, meaningful connections than many superficial ones. Take the time to nurture these relationships. Focus on building genuine connections, even if it's just with one or two people. These relationships can provide emotional support and companionship, which are essential for combating loneliness. By taking these steps, you can create a more connected and fulfilling life. Humans are social creatures. We are wired for connection. Meaningful relationships are essential for our well-being. They provide us with a sense of belonging, support, and purpose. Reach out to family and friends. Schedule regular phone calls or video chats. Make an effort to spend quality time with loved ones. If you're struggling to connect with people in your immediate circle, consider joining a support group or online community. Sharing your experiences with others who understand can be incredibly therapeutic. Remember, vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Opening up to others about your feelings can help you feel less alone. Technology can be both a blessing and a curse when it comes to loneliness. On the one hand, social media and video conferencing can help us stay connected with loved ones who live far away. Online communities can provide a sense of belonging and support for those who feel isolated in their offline lives. However, it's important to use technology mindfully. Spending too much time online can actually increase feelings of loneliness and isolation. Social media often presents a distorted view of reality, making us feel inadequate or envious of others. It's crucial to find a healthy balance between online and offline interactions. Prioritize face-to-face connections whenever possible. If you're struggling to cope with loneliness on your own, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist can provide you with the tools and support you need to understand the root of your loneliness and develop healthy coping mechanisms. Therapy can also help you improve your social skills and build stronger relationships. Remember, there is no shame in seeking help. It's a sign of strength and self-awareness. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Taking care of your emotional well-being is essential for living a full and meaningful life. Loneliness can feel all-consuming, but it's important to remember that it's a feeling, not a permanent state. You have the power to change your experience. Start by focusing on the positive aspects of your life. Practice gratitude for the things you do have, no matter how small. Cultivate a sense of hope for the future. Set realistic goals for yourself and celebrate your accomplishments. Remember, healing takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress along the way. If you're feeling lonely, please know that you are not alone. Millions of people around the world are experiencing the same thing. Reach out to someone you trust, seek professional help, and know that there is hope for a brighter tomorrow. You are worthy of connection, love, and belonging.